What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Spring is finally here. You know what that means? We're back at it with another video. So, initially, I went to the parts store to get an oil filter. I know my oil filter change is coming up soon, so I wanted to get my stuff before I actually had to get oil change. This is what I went in there for: an oil filter. Now, I switch up from time to time. I use the Wicks, or I either use this. Only two brands I use, especially with this turbocharged engine. That's a story for another day. But anyway, before I could even get to the oil filters, I see all the chemicals for the car care chemicals: car wash, wheel wash, tire clean, mats, and everything else. So I said, okay, let me go down here and see if they still got my Adams and a couple other things that I like. So as I'm going down that aisle, I see this product. Now, I've seen it before in other stores, other locations, but I never really paid attention to it because it had that big Red Bull sign on it. And it was always on the top shelf, or either the bottom shelf. So I'm like, Oracle, I ain't never heard of that before. And then I'm like, Red Bull. Okay, two things come to mind: Red Bull, the drink, and the like X game type thing that the Red Bull sponsors. The guys on the bicycles doing the flips and the tricks and all that stuff. So that's what I was thinking about. Man, I don't know what they got going on with that, but pass. So as I was going through the aisle, I said, wait a minute. There's a race car on there. What does that have to do with Red Bull? They're sponsoring another race? So I go back, I read it, and this time I'm not just looking at it, I'm reading the front of the label. And I almost missed it, but it clearly says at the top, Armor All. And I'm like, Armor All? What Armor All trying to make a comeback? So I'm looking at it again, and I'm like, Armor All. I do remember making some of my earlier videos when it came to car care, especially tire care. I made videos with Armor All. The problem that I had with Armor All, as I recall, is not that it didn't clean the tires, but it did it. When you spray it out, it was sloppy. It was splashing all over the place, and I just didn't care for that. And some of the Armor All products was kind of soupy. That probably contributed to it splashing all over the place. Didn't like it compared to other products that I use. So I said, nope, I'm done. I'm not messing with Armor All. As a matter of fact, it's time for me to do some cleaning, spring cleaning this year. And I still have one bottle of Armor All product. It ain't went nowhere. I couldn't even give it away. Oh, man. So anyway, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I usually do a a face-off of popular wheel and tire cleaners. Wheel cleaners, tire cleaners, wheel and tire cleaners. So I said, all right, is it possible that Armor All can redeem themselves in my eyes? Maybe, maybe not. This is what I do, so I bought it. This coming season, I will put Armor All, this new Armor All, against my tried and true products that I know work for sure. So I'm going to try this by itself, of course. I still got some old tires and collected some dust and whatnot, so finding candidates won't be hard. Try this, and you know me, I'm like a kid in the candy store when it comes to automotive products. So I just happened to pick up another one. Bling sauce. And I'm like, I rarely ever seen this. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, why does that sound familiar? I've seen it, but again, it's one of those products they have all the way at the bottom or all the way at the top. You know, not eye level. So I'm like, okay. And they got like a whole series of different products. I'm like, where's the wheel and tire cleaner? There is no wheel and tire cleaner, but they did have a wheel cleaner. And interesting enough, as I'm looking up and down the bottle, towards the bottom it says all surface citrus gel. And I had the biggest smile on my face. Some of you may know where I'm going, some may not. But it would seem to my recollection that Chemical Guys also made a gel-based wheel cleaner. And I said to myself, what if you pit this bling sauce against Chemical Guys citrus cleaner? Excellent. In the words of the Monsterverse, let them fight. So, that's what I got coming up as far as tire cleaners. We're going to put this particular brand up against Chemical Guys, and we're going to find out if Armor All has made some improvements since the other formula. So until then, I'll talk to you later. See you out on the road.